Donald Trump was never for y'all. Donald Trump was never for the poor people, for the white poors, for the black poors, for the Spanish poor, for the Asians, for the Indians. He don't give a about none of. And guess what? When I talk about poor, I'm not only talking about poor people that's under poverty. To him, even millionaires are poor. He don't about the millionaires like me neither. So I see a lot of people complaining about the SNAP benefits being taken away, as in food stamps, which is crazy that it's happening because in less than a month or in less than a month, we have Thanksgiving, right? And this is about y'all. Let me tell you something. Y'all know last year, I was not voting for nobody. I was not voting for nobody because I didn't like how the Democrats, they was funding wars and shit like that. But then I talked to Kamala and them, and she had a whole different type of agenda. And I'm like, you sure you're not with that shit? She was like, yeah, I mean, I know I'm vice president, but I don't really got a lot to say so. But this is my plan. So I was like, bitch, with ya. I really ya. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to support. Whatever I could do, I'm going to support. And then, y'all was so worried about me doing the speech and my teleprompter wasn't working. And then it's like, oh my God, it's so bad that she got to read. So all that I had to write talking about. I was talking in front of thousands of people. I had to write that shit down. And my teleprompter wasn't working. Y'all was so worried about me saying Donald Trump. Y'all was worried about me saying Donald Trump and my teleprompter working that y'all missed the message. And this is what I was trying to say. Now look, right? Donald Trump was never for y'all. Donald Trump was never for the poor people, for the white poors, for the black poors, for the Spanish poor, for the Asians, for the Indians. He don't give a fuck about none of. And guess what? When I talk about poor, I'm not only talking about poor people that's under poverty. To him, even millionaires are poor. He don't the millionaires like me neither. So here I am to say, right? Dictators always find an excuse to blame people for America's downfall, which how many immigrants have he deported? So now that the immigrants are deported, who are we blaming for the fact that we're practically going in a recession? We don't even have, we don't even have food stamps. So now that y'all cannot blame the immigrants, remember he used to say, oh, because of the immigrants, y'all don't have jobs. Because of the immigrants, we're spending so much money that we don't even have money to give y'all. Well, now the immigrants is gone from America, so who we blaming? Because they have spent, a whole entire year or half the year getting rid of the immigrants, and now there's no SNAP benefits? I thought it was the immigrants that was taking all the benefits. So what is it now? Now, remember all them jobs that he was saying the immigrants was having? Now they're saying, well, the immigrants' job is gone. Get to work. Just because the immigrants are gone don't mean that we're going to give you this free food. Y'all get working. Yeah. So while y'all was happy and all that shit, and I hope white people is watching me. Well, not just all white people. I'm not going to put everything, but there's a lot of white Americans, a certain type of white Americans that they are so, they country, they eat raccoons and shit, all type of shit. They live in the Appalachian mountains and shit like that. And these are the type of people, because we live in certain ghettos, we live in certain poverties, but then there's certain poverties that white folks live in. They live in trailers, they live in mountains, they eat squirrels and shit. And those are the type of white Americans that they live in towns that they used to do coils and shit, coal, whatever. And now they're out of jobs and all that shit. And instead of blaming America and technology for the poverty that they're going through, they blame it on the immigrants. And these are the type of people that I want y'all to watch this live, because y'all thought that immigrants and this and that, and we gotta go for Donald Trump. Y'all thought that he was gonna be your hero. He don't y'all. Yo, poor, you're poor. He don't like you. He don't like you. He don't you black, white, Asian, Spanish. If you poor, he don't he ain't for you. Okay? He ain't for you. And now, ain't no food stamps. Gonna have to hunt raccoons and for Thanksgiving and eat beans and shit. And now look, now the economy in all types of way. All types of way. When was the last time y'all seen celebrities happy and shit? Or anybody like, oh yeah, I just bought a new house. The economy is in all types of way. Everybody's going through it. Everybody is going through it. These companies, they're not giving money like how they used to before. They're not giving money like they used to before. And the truth about it is that we were going to go through a recession. We was going to go through a hard time. Remember when they said remember when they asked that doctor, how long do you think it's going to take for COVID to be over? He said 2-3 years. And we was like, no, not 2-3 years. Well, that's people like us. Like, how long is the side effect, the effects of COVID and the economy is going to last? And they should just say the truth, 10 years. 10 years or more. Instead of being no, the reason why we broke is because of the immigrants and the Mexicans and the this and that. No, we're broke because we just went through a call. My bad shit, man. That whole COVID shit, this was going to happen regardless. And y'all was going to have somebody that was for the people that was going to make sure that y'all was good. And now tariff is through the roof. You know how you know that the economy is bad? Because not even the prostitutes is getting fly. Where have you seen a hoe with a good Chanel bag?